Hi everybody, and welcome to Physics 202 for summer of 2018. I am Dr. Rogers, and I'm just going to do a quick little walkthrough of my Blackboard course as well as the syllabus. So let's get started. When you hop onto Blackboard, you normally come to the Announcements tab, and that's where you're going to find this little video. And since I don't anticipate any snow or anything like that, I'm probably not going to post anything else here. So let's go ahead and take a quick look through the syllabus. So here is the summer 2018 syllabus. Actually, I've already popped that open here. So here we are, summer of 2018. This is the standard VCCS description for Physics 201, 202. In 201, you covered mechanics and probably thermodynamics. In 202, we're going to do electricity, magnetism, waves, and a little teeny tiny bit of quantum mechanics. Basic learning objectives. We want to learn how to solve problems, and we want to pick up a little bit of physics along the way. Communications, my office is 216 Science and Health Professions Building, right across from where you'll be doing your labs. This is my phone number, but most of the times I'm only here Mondays and Tuesdays, and I'm usually over in the labs with you all. So probably the best way to get in touch with me is just to shoot me an email right here. Course outline, this is online lecture in-class lab. Kind of the reason why I do that is because we're going to solve some hard problems. And with the in-class lab, that gives me a little bit of time to help you solve the problems. So when it comes to the online homework and the pen and paper homework, I will gladly help you with those whenever your labs are done. Normally the labs do not take the full 11 to 3:30 time, and I'll gladly help you until 3:30 solving any problems that you are struggling with. Textbook is going to be Gene Coley. It says the 7th edition right here, but the money-saving note says you can get by with the 6th edition for pennies on the dollar. Highly recommend you do that. Labs, we will be doing 1 to 2 labs each week. So essentially, you take 16 weeks, you crunch them down to 10, and it works out to about a lab and a half per week. Some weeks we're going to do 1 lab, some weeks we're going to do 2 labs. Homework. We have 2 flavors of homework to do in this class. We have 10 online problems, which are just multiple choice problems, and you will have 2 attempts for those. We also have some pen and paper homework, which are kind of the more traditional types of things that you would solve in a physics class. I do accept late homeworks, but with a heavy grade penalty because you do not want to fall behind. We go so fast in a 10-week course. Tests, there's 4 tests sprinkled throughout the semester, and they have a time limit of 90 minutes. Kind of the reason for that is because it's 30 multiple choice questions. You can use your book, you can use your notes, you can use anything you want, but if you try to Google your way through it, you'll probably run out of time in 90 minutes. So you kind of have to know your stuff. I will not accept late tests. Please do come to class. Please do be nice to my equipment, and please do be nice to each other. Academic honesty. When it comes to the tests, you have to say, this is me, and this is me only, no one else. The homeworks, you can work together. The labs, I certainly hope you work together. And I will gladly help you on those if needed. So there's about 600 points up for grabs. It's kind of a breakdown. About 40% of it's the tests. The labs are about 20%. Online homework 20%, and pen and paper homework is another 20%. And again, I will gladly help you with the online homework and the pen and paper homeworks. Standard A, B, C, D, and all that good stuff. Time requirements. Normally this class meets for 6 hours in class, and the rule of thumb is 6 hours in class means 6 hours out of class, so that'd be about 12 hours per week. This is summertime, so you probably want to be putting in a little bit more because we're going a little bit faster. So this is kind of the breakdown here. The way that I have due dates is we only have 4 major due dates in the class, and pretty much about 3 chapters or so are due on that particular day. Please don't fall behind. You don't want to be doing the homework when the test is also due that night. So if you take a look right here, here's May 21st, the first day of classes. Highly recommend you watch chapter 13 and 14 and give Blackboard homework 13, 14 a shot, and the pen and paper homework 13 and 14. Now, May 28th, we actually do not have class, but try to get chapter 15, and chapter 15. And I really don't like only seeing you once before you have a test, but that's kind of the way that everything worked out for this particular semester. June 4th is the first major due date. We have chapters 13, 14, and 15 due for the online homework. Pen and paper 13, 14, and 15 due, and test 1 closes at midnight. Again, you don't want to be working on chapter 13 homework at 11:50 when the test closes at midnight. Then we jump right into chapter 16, 17, and 18. One big due date is about 2 weeks after that. The test closes at midnight. 16, 17, 18 are due on Blackboard. 16, 17, and 18 are due in pen and paper. And then you have our next major due date, and then we have the next major due date after that. So that's kind of a quick rundown of the syllabus. If you have any questions, please let me know. course documents. We have two documents here. First of all, there's just some really cool physics resources. If you find that my videos aren't quite enough for you, I would take a look at these. I highly recommend Khan Academy. I've relearned so much physics from Khan Academy. They have spectacular videos. So also in the course documents, we have the lectures and the notes, and you pop in here and you're going to see chapters 13, 14, 15, and so on and so forth. And there's usually 2, sometimes 3 files associated with them. I'm just going to pop these guys open into some new tabs here. One of them says lecture notes, and these are the slides that you're going to see me talk to in the YouTube videos. And right here we have just some problems, and you're going to see me solve these problems on some YouTube videos. Kind of like just like watching me solve problems on the board, only the nice part is you can actually go back and watch them again and again and again. Normally I have usually about 2 lecture videos. I try to keep them to about 10-15-ish minutes, just because that's about what your attention span is. And I try not to ramble on longer than I have to. So you pop open chapter 13, and you say, okay, well, these are the slides he just showed me, and these are kind of my thoughts on the slides as we go through them. I recommend that you watch them at probably 1.5 or 2x speed just to get through them a little bit faster, and that also gives you some time to pause it and take some notes. And you're going to see worked problems, and this is going to be like watching me solve problems on the board. So you can kind of come right here, and this is the problem that you saw earlier. It says just do some quick little conversions between Fahrenheit and Celsius. And again, this is me just kind of going through and solving the problems that you saw on an earlier slide. So this is the Eiffel Tower problem. And then you see chapters 13, 14, 15, and so on and so forth. So that's all for course documents. Let's take a quick look in the assignments folder. Again, 2 flavors of homework, pen and paper homework and online homework. The pen and paper homework, you go ahead and click on this, and you just bring it to class on the due date, or preferably before the due date, because I will gladly check over it with you before you turn it in. And just go ahead and solve these problems right there. Come back to the assignments, and you see online homework. And one thing I will say is you do have 2 attempts at the online homework. Yes, I do know that you could potentially get together with 4 people and game the system, because it does tell you which ones you got wrong, but I highly recommend you don't do that, because then you're going to do miserably on the test and it'll all come out in the wash. So you can kind of see chapter 13. It says multiple attempts, and you can go ahead and click on these guys. Just because they're multiple choice does not mean that they are trivial. Some of them are quite difficult and will require you to write out some notes and try to solve the problem. So go ahead, and I'm just going to click and submit this one. It yells at me because I didn't submit all of them. And then it says, okay, click OK to review the results. And you can kind of see, well, I wouldn't guess that one if I were you all. And last but not least, let's go into the tests. You click on this guy, and you can kind of see that for every test, I also have a test review. Tests 2, 3, and 4 haven't popped up yet, and then just kind of wait until after the drop date for those to pop up. So we have test 1 review. That's going to be 30 multiple choice questions, very similar to the real test. And here's test number 1. Both of them have a 90-minute test limit, and they both close at midnight. You can take the review test as many times as you want. It's not going to count for you. It's not going to count against you. And test number 1, well, only click on that one once, because once you start it, then I won't let you take it again. So this one says, okay, you got 90 minutes, and you can submit it as many times as you want. Again, not going to count towards you, not going to count against you. And you're going to just go ahead and get a feeling for, how well do I know this stuff. And then you can click Save and Submit. And the same thing is true for the test. I look forward to meeting you, and I look forward to seeing you in class. Take care. Bye.